It is time to reveal our next undercover success blocks. So I'm going to be giving you some more success blocks as we go on through the month. This is the second one we are going to be focusing on, and it is something that I think might come as a surprise to a lot of you. And it's this sneaky little thing that we have in our minds and the way that we think about things and the energy that we're feeling in our body that is subconsciously blocking us. And most of us have no idea that this is happening. So I want to shed some light here because I find a lot of the women that I work with are stuck here and they don't realize that this is why. So let's talk about how hoping and wishing are a success block. Does this come as a surprise to you? Because when I talk to the women I work with, they're like, what do you mean? So hope and wish, right? When we think to ourselves, oh, I wish I could have that. I hope that happens for me someday. Those are beautiful thoughts, but they are subconsciously blocking you from creating the true success that you desire. Now, here's why that's happening. So when you are wishing, you are not in belief. So essentially, when you are in the place of wishing, and I'm going to go into this deeper in just a second, you have subscribed to impossibility. You're like, oh yeah, that's not for me. I wish I could be there someday, but right, there's always a but. So then when you get into the place of hoping, this is when you have a lack of trust that it's happening. So this is when you're feeling like it's out of your control. So let's talk about this on a deeper level because every result that you have in your life is created by the mindset that you are empowering every single day. And both of these energies are a disempowered way of really feeling about life, thinking about life. And the way that our brain works is we have thoughts that produce feelings in our body, and those drive how we take action, which creates our results. So if you're having these feelings in your body, I'm guessing the actions that you're taking are not actually creating the results that you want in your life. So let's talk about why that's happening. So let's start with hope. When we are in a place of hoping, hope is an emotion. So an emotion, a feeling in your body, it's just a vibration in your body that's never going to serve you in achieving your goals. Now, let's talk about why that is. It's never going to lead you where you want to go because it's taking control out of your hands. So I want you to think about this as if you're getting into a car and you're saying, I hope we get there versus I know we're going to get there. It's two totally different energies and super, super subtle. Think to yourself, if we look at Olympians, right? I hope I win the Olympics versus no, I'm going to win the Olympics. It's two very different energies that are going to produce very different sensations in your body. Now, those sensations are going to drive what actions you take. So if you are approaching it from a place of hope and feeling out of control, that's going to create a really, a challenging way of doing for you, right? It's not going to feel good as you're going to take action because you're really going to be thinking like, oh, I'm not in control of this. I mean, I hope it's going to happen, but I don't know if it's going to happen. And then we're going to be experiencing a lot of confusion. So when we get into that place, of really just hoping, it's like we're just saying, getting in the passenger seat of life and saying like, oh yeah, you can drive me to my destination. I hope we get there, but I don't know, right? And that doesn't feel good as we go through this way. So when we get into the place of wishing, now this is also a disempowered approach because it's going to do two things. One, you're going to be in this subconscious belief that it's not possible. So it's always like going, but it's not possible that I'm going to get there. I'm wishing, but it's never going to happen, right? And it's going to be take away the power from yourself. It's like handing the keys over to somebody and just like wishing that you get there, but you just really don't believe that you're ever going to. So I want you to think about it in this way. When you say to yourself, like, I wish it could happen versus I am making it happen. Once again, two subtle ways of thinking about it, very subtle differences, but creating very different energies in your body. So I want you to think about, let's use Patrick Mahomes as an example, right? He's like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now. I love football, so football's always on my mind. We just started football, so I'm like, yes. So think about Patrick Mahomes. He is known for these insane passes that he does. He's like the master of this no-look pass, right? So think to yourself, like if he said to himself, like, oh, I wish I could look that or learn how to do that no-look pass versus saying, I'm going to master that no-look pass and I'm going to make that my signature, right? And now this is something he took control over his skills. He mastered doing this one thing. He does this all the time. It creates results for the Chiefs all the time because he mastered doing this one thing. He wasn't just wishing it was going to happen for him. He took control over how to learn how to do that thing and get where he wanted to go. And that's creating massive results for the team that he is on. So now if he were to be in this place where he's just sitting back, just thinking, oh, I'm going to blow out the candles on my birthday cake and wish I could be the master of no-look passes and hope someday that it happens for me. He's probably not going to become the master of no-look passes, and the Chiefs aren't going to be scoring mass amounts of touchdowns because he didn't ever take the time to truly step into control over mastering that skill and creating success for his organization. Do you see where I'm going with this? So when we are in that place where let's use a birthday candle example. where you are making a wish. I think that that is the most beautiful thing you can do because you're setting an intention. You are revealing a true desire. You're saying, I want this to happen. But then what needs to follow up with that is action, fueled by one very specific energy. So if you're in that place right now where you're like, okay, I don't know how to do this, like hoping and wishing, that just seems like where I want to go. Change is going to start with awareness. So I want to help you get to a space where you are creating the awareness needed to shift out of this disempowered way of thinking. Because once again, this is never going to produce this elevated success that I know you are capable of and that I know you really desire. I know right now, if you're still watching this video, that there is this voice inside of you that is telling you, I am meant for more. And you want more, right? So let's get it for you. So first, I want to start by helping you create awareness because once again, awareness is the catalyst for change. We can't change what we don't see. So I want to help you to see. So I want you to answer 2 questions. I want you to pull out a journal. You can write this down in the note section of your phone, but just answer these questions for yourself. Where are all of the places in your life that you are hoping for something to happen, where you've just surrendered over control? You're in that place where you're like, yeah, I hope it could happen. What are those places in your life? Get super, super specific. It could be work. It could be a relationship. It could be having a material thing. It could be going on this trip. It could be making this amount of money. Whatever it is for you, there's nothing too crazy. Just write it down, right? Get it out of your brain. The second thing that I want you to answer for yourself is, what are all of the things in your life that you're wishing for right now? What is your wish list? What are you asking Santa for Christmas, right? What is it right now that is on your heart, that's on your mind, that's just pulling you of like, I wish I could have this thing? Is it a promotion at work? Is it a baby? Is it your dream partner? Is it time? Is it the, space to take care of yourself because you feel like you're constantly just coming last in your life? Is it you wish you had the courage to feel a certain emotion that's been spinning you out and holding you back? Is it you wish you could just get out of bed in the morning with some energy? Right? What are you wishing for right now? Write it down. So get these things out of your brain because once again, this is starting to take control over your life. You're giving yourself and your future self this beautiful gift by just seeing it, right? Because if we can't see it, once again, we can't see it, we can't believe it, we can't do anything about it. It's just in your brain as this thought that's not actually, helping you or supporting you because you're not doing anything with it. So I love giving your future self a gift like this in the form of answering these type of questions, because what you're doing is you're giving power back to your future, right? You're sitting in the driver's seat of your life. You're not saying, oh, I hope I get there. I wish I get there. You're like, no, I'm getting there. These are the things that I want. I'm going to actually create them, right? So what do we do next, right? So now you've answered these questions for yourself. I want to talk about what needs to happen to shift out of this disempowered way of living, right? And thinking about life and this mindset that you're living in that's not getting you where you want to be, and shift you back into full control over where you're going next, because it's really coming into one specific feeling. And once you learn how to master creating this feeling for yourself, this is a different level of superpower. And you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe that I've just unlocked my ability to create the success, to do this by channeling this energy and creating this energy for yourself. This is truly the most powerful attraction energy that we can harness. Do you have any idea what it is? Like, what is your first guess? Most people think confidence, right? No, but this is a byproduct of confidence, or something that actually fuels your confidence. So what is your guess? I'm so curious. Like, type it in the comments. I want to see what you guys guess. But living in this energy is going to be where what you're wishing for, what you hope for, is becoming possible, and then it's becoming inevitable, right? Okay. Are you ready? Are you ready to hear this energy? It is certainty. Certainty is one of the most powerful attraction energies, because when you are certain, you're just like, yeah, it's done, right? It's happening. I know exactly what I want. I know who I am. I know where I'm going. I know how to get there. And when you know, you're going to do. And the more action you take, the more confidence you're going to generate, right? So I teach women how to create confidence. That is what I'm the master of. When you take action, you generate confidence. When you feel certain, you're going to take action, right? So certainty is one of the biggest pillars of confidence you can ever create for yourself, because when you feel certain, you're going to do. And when you do, you're going to start generating confidence. So certainty is really the solve to living in this disempowered mindset where you're hoping, you're wishing, and instead you're getting back into control over what you want in your life and taking the exact steps that you want to get there. So when you subscribe to certainty and you are generating certainty within your body, this is going to be the most powerful feeling that you can feel, because you're taking action from that place of knowing. You're like, yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know how to get there, right? And think about when you see somebody that walks into a room that is just like walking with purpose. They're just so sure of themselves. They're so certain about what they're doing. They're just showing up with so much purpose and authority. They have the answers to every question. You're like, whoa, That is because they feel certain with themselves, right? Like self-assurance is built upon the foundation of certainty. So if you want to feel sure about yourself, we've got to start getting certain. So I find that when we are in a place, and if I talk to people who are super successful, I ask them like, what is it that you feel about yourself? And they're like, certainty. So I find certainty is one of the most powerful success creating energies that you can ever use to help yourself build the success that you desire. So instead of minimizing yourself, instead of being like, oh, I don't know, right? You're going to be amplifying. You're going to be amplifying your knowledge. You're going to be amplifying your energy. You're going to be amplifying your motivation. You're going to be amplifying your results. Instead of overthinking and spinning out in all of this doubt and confusion and living in analysis paralysis, you're going to be deciding and you're going to be doing, right? And when you decide with certainty, once again, then you're going to do and you're going to generate confidence. You're going to feel so much better about yourself as you go through this process versus once again just being like, oh, I hope this could happen. Maybe someday, right? No, life is short. Time is not guaranteed. We have to take control over this now. Why wait when you have these tools that I'm giving you one more second to start creating the success that you desire, right? Because you can either have a lifetime full of excuses or you can have a lifetime full of success and amazing life experiences and all of these insane results. You get to decide, right? Okay. Instead of wondering how and when you're living in certainty, you're going to be knowing the exact steps that you need to confidently take to make it happen for yourself now. So I want to offer you a few questions that you can ask yourself to start creating certainty today. And this is going to shift you back into control over your life. This is handing you back 100% result responsibility. So you can take these questions and start creating any result that you want in your life today. I'm giving you the keys that you can put into the ignition of your life and start generating the success that you desire. Okay. These questions are super, super powerful. Don't underestimate the ease of answering these few questions, because a lot of times we're like, oh, well, it seems like it should be, more complicated than that. No, let it be easy, right? I think when we overcomplicate things, that's when we're standing in the way and getting into this disempowered mindset. So keep it easy for yourself and just answer these questions, because they're going to help you to step back into control every single time and start creating that certainty for yourself. So firstly, what do you truly want and why? Next, who do you need to be to create this for yourself? When we look at who before how, you're going to start creating a totally different set of results in your life, right? Because who do you need to be to make it happen versus like, oh my God, how am I going to make it happen? That's going back into out of control, disempowered thinking. When you were like, yeah, I am that bee who does that thing with authority, with confidence, with certainty, you're just going to do the thing, right? Nothing's going to stand in your way of getting where you want to go. So you always want to focus on who do you need to be to get there, because that's going to show you what you need to do. That's going to reveal your action steps. That's going to reveal the thinking that you need to generate, the skills that you need to start learning or embodying, the capabilities that you're going to need to really focus on and hone in on to get where you want to go. The next thing is, anytime your brain offers you up, I don't know how to get there, right? Okay, well, what do I know and what do I need to learn? This is going to shift you back into certainty every single time and guarantee you're living every single day in growth mode. I love to live in constant transformation where I'm breaking through every single day. I love to say, oh, this is what I don't know. Okay, cool. I'm going to go learn this, right? That puts me into such a place of confidence in myself because there's nothing I can't figure out. I can always come up with the answers. I can always do hard things. I can always remove the barriers that are standing in my way of getting where we want to go, because I'm thinking about it okay, if I don't know this, what needs to happen to learn this? If my brain is saying I can't do this, okay, well, what can I do about this? My teams, when I used to work in corporate, used to hate me for this because they would come to me with all these roadblocks, all these problems. I'm like, okay, what can we do about this? I'm automatically shifting you back into being responsible for creating this result. It's such a beautiful gift to give yourself, because you're always going to get what you want when you start thinking like this, and you're going to get there so much faster. Okay, the last question I want you to think about to start creating certainty is, what can I do about this right now? Not tomorrow, not a year from now. I want you taking confident action now. That is what the name of my one-to-one flagship program is, because it is something that I have truly mastered in my life, because I'm not going to wait to create results. I've lived long enough waiting, right? For so many of us, we get to this point of our life where we've waited and we've waited and we've waited. And I had a session with somebody yesterday, and she was telling me about all the amazing things that she wanted to do. And this was one of my success amplification sessions. So we were specifically focusing on what needs to happen to create success now. And I drew this diagram out and I was like, okay, you want to be here, but something keeps stopping you here. What is that thing? And she's like, I'm waiting. And I'm like, why are we continuing to wait? Right? So by asking yourself, what can I do about this right now? This is once again shifting you right back into control so you can start creating the certainty needed to move forward. Not saying saying, oh, what can I do about this tomorrow? No, that's just waiting to take action, right? If you really want this thing and you can taste it, you want it so bad, why wait one more second to go create that for yourself, right? So by asking yourself, what can I do about this right now? It's going to create a beautiful sense of urgency to take action from versus just sitting in that space of giving yourself a million excuses or waiting till the last minute to do something and then feeling all this pressure. Because pressure, my friends, the only thing that pressure produces that is good is diamonds. Okay. When you start pressuring yourself to do things, you're never going to create the results that you want in the way that it actually feels good. It's going to feel really hard. There's going to be a lot of resistance there. And I don't want that for you. It's a really unfortunate way of doing, right? When we're just constantly just pressuring ourselves, pressuring ourselves. Okay. So let me repeat these 4 questions for you. So what do I truly want and why? Who do I need to be to create this for myself? What do I know and what do I need to learn? And what can I do about this right now? These questions are all going to generate certainty. Certainty is always going to attract in exactly what you want. Certainty sells, right? So if you're trying to sell yourself, if you're going to a job interview right now, certainty in yourself is going to sell you in that role. If you are an entrepreneur and you're trying to sell a service or a product, certainty in your product is going to sell, right? So be certain, create certainty for yourself. You can 100% take control over that through your mindset and the thoughts that you are thinking and the beliefs that you are choosing to believe every single day. Okay. Now, one last thing I want to offer you to help you shift into this way of really feeling certain is by using doubt as your guidance. And you're like, wait, what? But here's the deal. Doubt is always going to reveal where you need to build certainty. So I love to use doubt as my North Star that's showing me where I need to learn and where I need to create certainty in my life to get where I want to go. So anytime a doubt, and that could be a what if, that could be, oh, I don't know if this is going to happen. You'll know the feeling of doubt in your body. So just trust that doubt is showing you where you need to reveal certainty or where you need to create certainty for yourself because the doubt will show you every single time. So I think doubt is such a powerful tool to help you shift into knowing versus feeding your dreams doubt, right? Feeding your success doubt. We don't want to spend any time in that energy. Are you with me? Okay. Let me know if you have any questions on this. I know this is a very different way of thinking, and I want you to feel fully supported in making this transition to shift out of just wishing someday it's going to happen and hoping someday it's going to happen and actually taking control over your future by shifting into certainty. So if you are loving this, I have so much more coming for you through Success Up September. That is our whole entire focus this month. That is my whole entire mission, is to coach you on creating success in every area of your life. And if you like today's video in particular, I have a video that's going to be releasing on the 29th of September that is all focused on the biggest success creating emotions and the biggest success blocking emotions. So if you like what we talked about in today's video, oh my God, you're going to love going into this training with me because we're going to go a lot deeper into this. So stay tuned for that. And one final reminder, if you want to book your success amplification sessions, these are 90-minute sessions for $199 where you and I are talking purely about your success. And we are getting so wild in these sessions. It has been so much fun. I sold out my sessions this week. Literally, like women, the things that they are doing, I just got a note from one of my clients who I did a session with yesterday. She just booked a solo trip. This is something she's never done in her life. She's been waiting. And when I asked her, like, if you truly felt successful, what would you be doing? She's like, I'd be solo traveling around the world. I'd be like going to spas. I'd be taking care of myself. I would truly be living this rich, luxurious life. And I was like, why are you not doing that? So she just sent me an update. She booked a solo trip where she's already got at a luxury resort, right? She's going to be doing this by herself. And she booked 3 spa treatments. She is going to be living her best life. She's leaving tonight for a road trip to go see her family because that just fills her with so much joy. And then she told me for the first time in her, months, she got this incredible night's sleep. And she's like, how did literally 90 minutes just do all of this? Like, I haven't felt this successful in so long. Like, you literally guaranteed on that success amplification. So this is the type of stuff we are doing. It has been so much fun. Another client we were talking about, like, if you felt successful, what would you be doing for yourself? She's like, I'd be buying myself roses. This is the second person that said that. So she went out 2 days ago, got herself the most beautiful red roses, and is just looking at those and just feeling like, oh my God, I feel like a queen, right? So this might sound silly. It might seem insignificant, but if you really want to live your best life and truly feel successful, feel wealthy, feel confident, we're going to talk about these things in this session and figure out what is keeping you from actually stepping into that life. So keep in mind, this is only 90 minutes, and these 90 minutes are powerful. So this can be the first step towards you becoming your most successful self. And we're going to have a shit ton of fun in the process of creating the success for you. I'm loving these sessions. I don't know if I'm going to keep them going after September. I might, we'll see, but it's just been so much fun. So if you want to book one of those, once again, 90-minute session, $199. And you can go to soulmakeup.com to book this for yourself right now. And then I will send you a link to pick your time. All right. So we will be back tomorrow with more Success Up September activities. This is so much fun. Let's keep this going.